With Halloween upon us, we at Solid Solutions have donned our witches' hats and decided to get technical about broomstick design. The most efficient form of transport for witches and wizards has always been the humble broomstick. I mean, why pay for fuel or suffer on cramped public transport when you can just use magic? However, a standard old witch's broom won't be very fast or powerful at all. For that, you need to leave it up to the professionals. Within the wizarding world of the Harry Potter universe, there are entire companies dedicated to creating the fastest racing brooms possible that are used in Quidditch matches all across the world. But how do these brooms size up against each other? We can use the power of SolidWorks to find out. So, where better place to start than Harry's first ever broom, the Nimbus 2000. Gifted to him after joining Gryffindor's Quidditch team as a Seeker, the Nimbus 2000 was the fastest broom of its time, and Harry rode it to victory in his first ever Quidditch match against Slytherin. But how good actually is the Nimbus 2000? The best way to find out is with SolidWorks Flow Simulation. The Nimbus 2000 is quoted as having a top speed of around 125 miles an hour. So, to reduce drag as much as possible, aerodynamics must have been a top priority. Using Flow Simulation, we can set the speed of the broom, visually see how well the air flows around it, and plot data such as the drag force to aid in our calculations. Using the data we've gathered, we can see that the Nimbus absolutely knocks it out of the park. Its tail of neatly bundled twigs allows air to hug the profile of the broom well, creating an impressively small drag coefficient of 0.135. For reference, one of the most aerodynamic cars on the market right now is the Tesla Model 3, which only manages a drag coefficient of 0.23. Now for a slightly cheaper model of broom to compare it to. The Clean Sweep 11 is gifted to Ron after he also joins the Gryffindor Quidditch team as a keeper. However, it pales in comparison to the Nimbus 2000. The top speed of the Clean Sweep 11 is 70 miles an hour, which is still quite impressive considering most brooms don't fly at all. But it doesn't get anywhere near the speed of the Nimbus 2000's 125. The aerodynamics also seem to have taken a back seat, as rather than looking like a racing broom, it just looks like a regular old broom. The handle is crooked in all sorts of places, and the bristles in the back are unkempt and rough, creating a lot of turbulence and drag. The final drag coefficient was 0.32, well over double that of the Nimbus, but I suppose this is to be expected from a cheaper model. After Harry's Nimbus 2000 was destroyed in the third movie, Harry was gifted yet another broom, this time from his godfather, a newer model called the Firebolt. This newer model is faster than both the Clean Sweep 11 and the Nimbus 2000. But how much faster? Well, see for yourself. "150 miles per hour in 10 seconds, with an even higher top speed. It's that fast. But how does it fare in the aerodynamics department? Well, compared to the Nimbus, the Firebolt isn't quite as smooth and neat. The bristles are slightly disheveled, and the handle has knots and imperfections all over. The result of this can be seen very easily using Flow Simulation. By using this cut plot, we can see that there's a lot of turbulence around the back of the bristles, which increases the drag force of the broom. This results in the drag coefficient being 0.18, a hefty 0.45 higher than the Nimbus. So, what gives? How does the Firebolt go so much faster with far worse aerodynamics than the Nimbus? Well, we're forgetting one simple ingredient.
I love magic.